Have you ever considered that the everyday items in your home, the ones you use every day, could be silently harming your health? It's alarming to realize that your kitchen, bedroom, or living room, places you feel safe, might contain elements that could increase your risk of cancer. In today's video, we'll uncover the hidden truth about 8 seemingly harmless household items that pose serious health risks. If you want to protect yourself and your family from these dangers, don't miss this video. The information at the end will make you reconsider how you arrange and choose your everyday items. Let's get started. 1. Antibacterial soap. Antibacterial soaps often contain triclosan, a common antimicrobial agent. Here are some potential negative effects of triclosan. Hormonal disruption. Triclosan is an endocrine disruptor, which means it can interfere with the normal function of hormones, particularly thyroid hormones. This can lead to issues such as decreased metabolism, reproductive problems, and developmental delays in children. Antibiotic resistance. Prolonged use of triclosan can increase the likelihood of bacteria developing resistance to antibiotics, making infections more difficult to treat. Immune system impact. Triclosan may weaken the immune system, making the body more susceptible to infections or inflammation. Long-term effects. When exposed to chlorinated water, triclosan can react to form chloroform, a substance that may cause liver cancer, impaired liver function, and neurological problems. In 2016, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, banned triclosan and 18 other antibacterial chemicals from soaps. This decision was made because manufacturers were unable to demonstrate the safety and effectiveness of these ingredients. Animal studies have shown that triclosan can affect fetal development and reproductive capabilities in mice. It has also been linked to thyroid dysfunction and may potentially cause cancer after prolonged exposure. Regular soap is effective. Studies have shown that regular soap and water, when used correctly, washing hands for at least 20 seconds, are effective in killing bacteria. There are no known risks associated with endocrine-disrupting chemicals. Look for safe alternatives. Some modern antibacterial soaps use benzoic acid, a safer alternative with natural antibacterial properties. Products with natural ingredients like tea tree oil are also a healthy choice. Protecting your health, reducing the risk of endocrine-related diseases and cancer, enhancing the effectiveness of the immune system, protecting the environment. Triclosan, when released into the aquatic environment, has negative impacts on ecosystems, particularly aquatic life. Eliminating triclosan contributes to reducing water pollution. 2. Non-stick pans. Non-stick cookware is with a chemical called PTFE, polytetrafluoroethylene, commonly known as Teflon. While convenient, there are potential risks associated with using non-stick cookware. Decomposition at high temperatures. When heated above 260 degree, 500 degree, the PTFE coating begins to break down, releasing toxic particles and gases. These gases contain perfluorooctanoic acid, PFOA, a chemical classified as a possible human carcinogen by the International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC. Chemical accumulation in the body. PFOA is a persistent compound that remains in the environment and human body for extended periods. Studies have shown that nearly all Americans tested have detectable levels of PFOA in their blood, which has been linked to health issues such as elevated cholesterol levels, thyroid dysfunction, kidney and testicular cancer, developmental and reproductive effects, polymer fume fever. Effect: inhaling fumes from overheated non-stick cookware can cause a condition known as polymer fume fever, characterized by flu-like symptoms such as fever, headache, and difficulty breathing. The United States Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, has expressed concern about the harmful effects of PFOA and requested manufacturers to reduce or eliminate this chemical from their products in 2015. The World Health Organization, WHO, has classified PFOA as a probable human carcinogen. If you still wish to use non-stick cookware, here are some steps you can take to minimize the risks. Avoid heating an empty pan. Always have food or oil in the pan when heating it to prevent excessive heat from degrading the coating. Avoid using high heat when cooking. Do not use metal utensils. Metal can scratch the non-stick coating, making it easier for chemicals to leach out and mix with your food. Use wooden, silicone, or heat-resistant plastic utensils instead. Clean gently. Avoid using harsh detergents or metal scouring pads to clean the pan, as this can damage the coating. Replace old pans. If your pan has scratches or the non-stick coating is peeling, replace it immediately. 3. Plastic food containers. While plastic food containers offer convenience, they can pose serious health risks, especially when they contain harmful chemicals like BPA, bisphenol A, and phthalates. Here's a detailed look at these risks. Bisphenol A, BPA, properties. BPA is a chemical used to harden plastics. It's commonly found in plastic containers, bottles, and food can linings. Impact. BPA can leach into food, particularly when plastic containers are heated or used to store hot, acidic foods. Consequences. It can disrupt hormones, mimicking estrogen in the body, increase the risk of breast and prostate cancer, affect the nervous system, especially in infants and young children, and be linked to cardiovascular problems, diabetes, and obesity. Phthalates. Properties. These are plasticizers used in flexible plastic containers or food wraps. Impact. Phthalates easily leach into food, especially when storing fatty or acidic foods. Consequences. They can disrupt the endocrine system, reduce fertility in both men and women, affect brain development in young children, and be linked to cancer, particularly liver and breast cancer. Leaching process. When hot or fatty foods come into contact with plastic, chemicals like BPA and phthalates can leach into the food at a faster rate. Using a microwave to heat food in plastic containers significantly increases this process. Research from the Endocrine Society has revealed that BPA and phthalates can activate genes linked to breast cancer tumor development. The World Health Organization, WHO, classifies BPA and phthalates as endocrine disruptors, substances that can significantly impact human health. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, has banned the use of BPA in the production of baby bottles and sippy cups. However, it has not yet prohibited its use in other plastic products. To protect your health, consider these simple steps. A. Choose safe plastics. Avoid plastics with recycling codes 3 PVC, 6 PS, and 7 PC as they often contain BPA or phthalates. Opt for plastics with codes 1E, 2 HDPE, 4 LDPP. These are generally considered safer. B. Avoid high temperatures. Do not use plastic containers in the microwave, even if they are labeled microwave safe. Avoid pouring hot food into plastic containers. C. Reduce single-use plastics. Do not reuse single-use plastic containers like takeout containers. D. Explore alternative materials. Glass containers are safe, non-toxic, and can be used in the microwave and oven. Stainless steel containers are durable, heat-resistant, and do not affect food. Food-grade silicone containers are lightweight, flexible, and BPA-free. 4. Air fresheners. Air fresheners and other fragrance products, such as scented candles, room sprays, or fragrance gels, often contain chemicals that may pose health risks. These include A. Phthalates, plasticizers. Phthalates are commonly used to extend the fragrance in air fresheners. They can disrupt hormones in the body, potentially affecting reproductive health in both men and women. They have also been linked to an increased risk of certain cancers, such as breast and liver cancer. B. VOCs, volatile organic compounds. VOCs are chemicals that easily evaporate into the air from air fresheners. They include formaldehyde, toluene, and benzene. VOCs can irritate the respiratory system, eyes, and skin. Formaldehyde, a common VOC, is classified as a carcinogen by the International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC. Long-term exposure to VOCs can contribute to chronic health issues like asthma, sinusitis, and lung disease. C. Synthetic fragrance chemicals. Many air fresheners contain undisclosed chemicals in their fragrances. Synthetic fragrances are often made from dozens of chemicals, some of which may be harmful. They can cause headaches, dizziness, and allergic reactions. They may also affect the nervous system and cognitive function. The Environmental Working Group, EWG, has found that 75% of air fresheners contain phthalates, even when not listed on the product label. Research from the University of Washington has revealed that many air fresheners contain high levels of volatile organic compounds, VOCs, posing risks to both users and indoor environments. The Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, warns that indoor air VOC levels can be up to 5 times higher than outdoor levels, especially in enclosed spaces where air fresheners are used. To safeguard your family's health, consider implementing these solutions. A. Limit the use of air fresheners. Avoid using them in enclosed spaces or areas with poor ventilation. If you need to freshen the air, opt for natural products that are phthalate-free. Embrace natural alternatives. Essential oils. Utilize a diffuser or add a few drops to a bowl of warm water. Popular choices like peppermint, lemon, or lavender not only provide a pleasant aroma but also offer relaxation benefits. Beeswax candles. Burning candles made from pure beeswax helps purify the air instead of releasing harmful chemicals. Natural air fresheners. Place citrus peels, herbs like basil, mint, and cinnamon in your rooms. Use activated charcoal or baking soda to absorb odors. C. Enhance ventilation. Open windows and doors to allow for air circulation. Employ exhaust fans, especially in kitchens and bathrooms. D. Utilize air-purifying plants. Certain plants, such as snake plants, peace lilies, or spider plants, effectively absorb VOCs and naturally cleanse the air. 5. Scented candles. Scented candles, a popular choice for home decor and fragrance, can pose potential health risks due to their chemical composition. Here are some key hazards to consider. A. Formaldehyde and VOCs, volatile organic compounds. Properties. Scented candles often contain limonene, a citrus-scented fragrance ingredient. When burned, limonene can react with oxygen to produce formaldehyde, a known carcinogen. Other VOCs in candles can contribute to indoor air pollution. Effects. Respiratory can cause respiratory irritation, difficulty breathing, and worsen conditions like asthma. Cancer. Formaldehyde is classified as a Group 1 carcinogen by the International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC. Nervous system. Long-term exposure to VOCs can lead to headaches, dizziness, and nausea. Phthalates, fragrance stabilizers. Properties. Phthalates are added to candles to help the fragrance last longer. Effects. Endocrine disruption. Phthalates interfere with hormone function, impacting reproduction and development. Cancer risk, linked to breast cancer and liver diseases. Children's health, can contribute to behavioral problems and brain development issues in children. Lead-based wicks. Properties. Some candles use wicks with a lead core to keep them stiff. When burned, lead can vaporize and enter the air. Effects. Lead poisoning. Inhaling lead-containing smoke can lead to lead poisoning, particularly dangerous for children. Neurological effects can damage the brain and nervous system. D. Paraffin wax. Properties. Paraffin wax, derived from petroleum byproducts, is a common ingredient in many scented candles. When burned, paraffin wax releases toluene and benzene, both known carcinogens. Effects. Respiratory, can cause difficulty breathing and irritate the nose and throat. Cancer. Benzene is recognized as a leading carcinogen. The International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC, has classified formaldehyde and benzene as Group 1 carcinogens, meaning there is clear evidence that they cause cancer in humans. The United States Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, has confirmed that burning paraffin candles can contribute to indoor air pollution, potentially reaching levels higher than those found outdoors. The American Academy of Pediatrics has issued warnings about the potential dangers of lead in candle wicks, particularly for young children, as it can negatively impact their development. To protect your family's health, you can take the following steps. A. Choose safer candles. Beeswax candles. These candles are free of harmful chemicals, have a natural fragrance, and help purify the air by releasing negative ions. Soy wax candles. These are natural products that emit fewer VOCs than paraffin wax. Lead-free wicks. Opt for candles with cotton or wooden wicks. B. Use alternatives. Essential oil diffusers. Instead of burning scented candles, use natural essential oils to create a safe and relaxing fragrance. Natural scented sachets. Use sachets filled with dried herbs like lavender, mint, or orange peel to scent your space. C. Burn candles properly. Ensure good ventilation. Open windows or use a fan when burning candles. Avoid burning for extended periods. Limit candle burning time to under 3 hours to reduce emissions. 6. Humidifiers. Humidifiers, commonly used to improve air moisture, especially during winter or when using air conditioning, can pose potential health risks if not used and maintained properly. A. Bacterial and mold growth. Humidifiers use water, which, if not regularly cleaned, can become a breeding ground for bacteria, mold, and harmful microorganisms. Impact. Pseudomonas aeruginosa bacteria can cause pneumonia, bloodstream infections, and respiratory illnesses. Mold can trigger allergies, asthma, and other respiratory problems. B. Dispersion of contaminants. If the water contains impurities or heavy metals, like calcium and magnesium, humidifiers can release them into the air as mist. These particles can accumulate in the lungs and cause inflammation. Impact. White dust produced from hard water can irritate the lungs, especially in young children and those with respiratory conditions. Heavy metals can be toxic when inhaled over long periods. C. Ozone impact. Humidifiers with air purifiers. Some humidifiers with integrated air purification features may emit low levels of ozone. Impact. Ozone can irritate the lungs, cause bronchitis, and worsen asthma. D. Excessive humidity. High humidity levels, 60%, can lead to the growth of mold, dust mites, and allergens. Impact. Allergies can cause symptoms like sneezing, stuffy nose, and itchy eyes. Sinusitis can worsen existing nasal sinus conditions. A study from the University of Cincinnati found that water in humidifiers can harbor disease-causing bacteria after just 12 hours, regardless of whether it is filtered or tap water. The CDC, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, warns that humidifiers that are not properly cleaned can spread Legionella bacteria, which can cause a serious form of pneumonia known as Legionnaire's disease. To minimize health risks associated with using a humidifier, follow these simple steps. A. Regular cleaning. Clean your humidifier at least 3 to 4 times a week. Wash the water tank with mild soap and warm water. Regularly disinfect it with a diluted vinegar or hydrogen peroxide solution to kill bacteria and mold. B. Use clean water. Use distilled or filtered water to reduce the risk of spreading minerals or impurities into the air. Avoid using tap water as it contains minerals that can cause a white dust buildup. C. Adjust humidity levels. Aim for an ideal humidity level of 40 to 50%. Use a hygrometer to monitor humidity levels and ensure they don't exceed recommended levels. Turn off when not in use. When not in use, empty the water tank and allow it to dry completely to prevent bacterial growth. E. Place the humidifier appropriately. Keep the humidifier away from children to reduce the risk of inhaling excessive moisture or burns for hot steam humidifiers. Avoid placing it near walls or materials susceptible to moisture to prevent mold growth. 7. Dry cleaning chemicals. Dry cleaning often involves strong chemicals to remove stains and clean fabrics. However, some common chemicals used in dry cleaning can have negative health effects. A. Perchloroethylene, PERC. Properties. PERC is the primary solvent used in most dry cleaning services due to its effective cleaning capabilities. It is a volatile organic compound and is known as a pollutant. Effects. Short-term. Inhaling PERC fumes can cause dizziness, nausea, and irritation to the eyes, nose, and throat. Long-term. The International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC, has classified PERC as a possible human carcinogen. It has been linked to cancers of the esophagus, uterus, and bladder. Skin contact. PERC can be absorbed through the skin when in direct contact with chemically treated clothing. B. Benzene and other volatile organic compounds. Properties. Benzene is another chemical used in dry cleaning, particularly in strong detergents. Effects. Blood cancer. Benzene is a group 1 carcinogen, specifically linked to leukemia. Respiratory. It can irritate the lungs and worsen conditions like asthma and bronchitis. C. Formaldehyde. Properties. Used in the process of softening and wrinkle-proofing fabrics. Effects. It can cause irritation to the skin, eyes, and respiratory tract. It is a carcinogen, particularly linked to respiratory cancers. The United States Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, classifies PERC as a hazardous substance that can cause cancer with prolonged exposure. The EPA also recommends limiting the use of traditional dry cleaning services. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, warns that employees working in the dry cleaning industry who are exposed to high concentrations of PERC are at risk of developing chronic illnesses such as cancer and nervous system damage. The World Health Organization lists benzene and formaldehyde as Group 1 carcinogens, posing a high risk to human health. To minimize exposure to harmful chemicals from dry cleaning, consider these steps. A. Choose eco-friendly dry cleaning services. Wet cleaning. This method replaces traditional dry cleaning with water and non-toxic detergents. CO2 cleaning. This technology utilizes high-pressure CO2 to clean clothes without harmful chemicals. B. Handle dry cleaned clothes properly. Air them out before wearing. After picking up your clothes, remove the plastic wrapping and hang them in a well-ventilated area for at least 24 hours to allow chemicals to dissipate. Avoid storing dry cleaned clothes in enclosed spaces. Refrain from hanging dry cleaned clothes in bedrooms or other confined areas, as residual chemicals can release into the air. C. Wash at home if possible. Many items labeled dry clean only can actually be washed at home using cold water and mild detergent. Check the care label carefully. Avoid machine washing delicate fabrics or items with fragile embellishments. D. Choose clothes that require less dry cleaning. When shopping, prioritize fabrics that are easy to wash and don't require dry cleaning. Avoid clothes that require special care, such as cashmere or silk, which are sensitive to water. 8. Heat bills. Thermal receipts, commonly found in stores, supermarkets, and restaurants, utilize thermal paper coated with a special chemical layer to display text without ink. One of the primary chemicals used in thermal paper is bisphenol A, BPA, or bisphenol S, BPS, both of which can pose health risks. Bisphenol A, BPA. Properties. BPA is an industrial chemical used in the production of hard plastics and thermal paper. It can easily transfer from the surface of thermal paper to the skin upon contact. Even with short-term exposure, BPA can be absorbed into the body through the skin. Effects. Endocrine disruption. BPA has a structure similar to estrogen and can interfere with the body's natural hormone activity. Cancer. Linked to breast cancer, prostate cancer, and reproductive issues. Development and reproduction. In pregnant women, BPA can affect fetal development, leading to developmental disorders and birth defects. Neurological issues. BPA is also believed to increase the risk of behavioral disorders and brain development problems in young children. B. Bisphenol S, BPS. Properties. BPS is often used as a replacement for BPA in thermal paper labeled BPA-free. However, BPS has similar chemical properties to BPA and is not safer. Effects. Causes endocrine disruption, similar to BPA, and can penetrate the skin at comparable rates. C. Rapid absorption through skin, increased risk with moist hands. If your hands are moist, have recently applied lotion, or have come into contact with grease, the likelihood of absorbing BPA or BPS through the skin increases significantly. Research indicates that simply holding a receipt for 2 seconds can exceed the recommended safe levels of BPA. The Endocrine Society has classified bisphenol A, BPA, as an endocrine disruptor, potentially increasing the risk of cancer, diabetes, and obesity. Research from the University of Missouri found that individuals frequently exposed to thermal receipts, such as cashiers, have BPA levels in their bodies 5 to 10 times higher than the average. While the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, acknowledges the risks associated with BPA, it has not yet implemented a complete ban on thermal receipts. To minimize the risk of exposure to thermal receipt chemicals, follow these simple steps. A. Limit contact with thermal receipts. Request electronic receipts whenever possible. Only accept paper receipts when absolutely necessary. Avoid direct contact with receipts. Use a tissue, gloves, or pick up the receipt with your fingertips to minimize contact. Do not store receipts in your wallet or purse. Chemicals from receipts can transfer to other items, leading to indirect exposure. B. Wash your hands after contact. Wash your hands with soap and water immediately after handling thermal receipts. Avoid using alcohol-based hand sanitizers, as alcohol can increase BPA absorption through the skin. C. Avoid handling receipts with moist hands. After applying lotion, oil, or other skin softeners, avoid handling receipts, as this can significantly increase chemical absorption through the skin. D. For employees who regularly handle receipts. Use gloves when handling receipts frequently. Request that businesses switch to BPA-free receipts or use alternative methods like electronic receipts. E. Choose safe receipts. BPA-BPS-free receipts. Some manufacturers now use thermal paper that does not contain these chemicals. Regular ink receipts. This is a safer alternative to thermal paper. We've explored some potential dangers lurking in everyday items that you might not have considered before. But don't worry. Awareness is the first step to protecting your health. Start by making small changes, like choosing safer products or limiting exposure to harmful chemicals. If you found this video helpful, please share it to help your loved ones stay safe too. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, as our next video will reveal natural ways to improve your living space. See you in the next video, and remember, health starts with the simplest things in your own home.